Hi guys, Alaskan Ballistics here. I'm here with Josh, the owner of Telson Optics. I've been looking through these and they seem extremely high quality. I'm going to let him show them off and tell you about the company, and we'll take it from there.
Hey, thanks Chuck. Thanks for having me on your channel here. I really appreciate it. I'm Josh from Telson Optics. We're here at 2025 SHOT Show. We're really excited what we brought out to the market, what we've been working on for the past 2.5 years. Our lineup is Japanese glass. Everything's Japanese made in Japan, and we got some really cool products here to show you guys today. So our first startup is the Arc, and the Arc here is, again, you got your Japanese ED glass. It has an achrochromatic glass system. It's a 2.5 to 15 by 44, so you can get it really nice and tight for mounting. And going all the way up to 15 power makes it very versatile for doing some of those long range shots. You do have a great BDC style reticle inside there, and you do have a locking turrets, so you can't overturn. And we do have a zero stop feature as well, that is settable back to however you like, so you can actually set it back a little bit.
Yeah, the locking turrets are big. I don't know how many times my Nikon on my back has turned that turret around, and I'm hoping I turn it enough times back, or hope I'm turning it to the right spot. So the locking turrets are...
This makes it as a no-brainer. You're not going to get lost when you're doing your hunting, and I think that's really important, because when you're going out there and you are hunting, you got to be able to trust your gear, right? One thing that we're really excited about that we did bring into the market is this is our custom Razorback knurling. This knurling is something that nobody else has. We designed this knurling, and it's great for gripping. It's very appealing to the eyes, and it's just all around sharp and very versatile for when you have gloves on. You're not going to lose your grip, and it's very strong. So that's one thing that's really neat about this scope. And then the throw lever is adjustable. Like, you can remove it in case you don't want it there as well, if it's kind of bulky or gets in the way. So this one's making a lot of waves for the hunting. It just has a second focal plane, and it's doing what we need to do. So the next one up we have is our Toxin. So the Toxin here is 3 to 18 by 50. This is a first focal plane hunting, and so we want it to be versatile within the lineup. So this is great. Everything's awesome about the first focal plane is that doesn't matter what magnification you're on, that reticle is going to mean what that reticle means. Whereas on a second focal plane, you have to be at 15 power. Right?
I've made that mistake before on a second focal plane.
Right.
There's a caribou with a hole in its back, but it's in the freezer. So yeah.
You got it done.
Got it done. So.
Awesome. One thing that's very different from this one over the Arc there, and the Arc, just so note, is going to be around $849 MSRP. Is this one here has achrochromatic glass. So the achrochromatic glass is a lot different than the acro. It uses 3 groups of lenses there to bring all 3 color points into one. It really helps stop with that purple fringe you could see on the scopes and get that chromatic aberration on the outside there. It really stops that. So that's one thing that's really awesome about the Toxin there, that it has that. This is coming in around $1,500 for the MSRP here. This runs an exposed turret system, and the reason we did it that way because it is a bit of a crossover. So you can get the scope in MOA and MRAD scope as well. It does have a 2-turn indicator, so you're going to have your little indicator that's red that pops up on that second rotation, and it does have a zero stop feature, so you can again make sure that you're never going to go back, right, on your when you spin back that reticle, right? So it has that zero stop. So really great system. You do have your illumination as well, and this is a 30 millimeter tube, and we did that in order to get the weight down, and you're still getting a whopping 20 mils of adjustment with the turret cap and 42 mils inside the actual scope tube already. So we did not need to be bigger.
Nice.
Next up is we're starting getting into our competition line. So we have a Target Master 5 to 25. This one was designed as a PRS style. And what we did is we did a 10 mil revolution on the top, so that way, it's a lockable turret as well. And people like that 10. They're used to that in terms of PRS, and they like that teeth count, so it doesn't you're not too quick. They do have that spacing, so you can really feel what you're used to. You got really audible turrets, so very easy to tell when you're moving it and what it's doing. One thing that's really exciting about this one is actually we have a 3-turn indicator. So you're getting 29.5 mils of actual revolution you can use in the scope, and 32 internally. But so what happens that we didn't want to confuse guys, so we colored the indicator differently. So you got a red pop-up that comes up, and when you get to your third turn indicator, it pops up silver.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you set it all the way to the bottom, let's say you're using a 40 MOA base, you can really maximize the entire scope. You can really push that long range, and you have those multicolored indicator there just to stop with any type of confusion, so you really know where you are. One thing I really love about this scope as well is, again, you got your Japanese ED glass, and it is a first focal plane. But what's really cool is that we have an on and off shut off for illumination. So if you ever forget to turn your illumination off, it will automatically shut off, and when you shake it or you pick up your gun, it's going to kick that illumination right back on. So it's a battery saver, and it's very useful.
So it's a lot like the red dot shake and wake technology. Same thing.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
Same technology that's inside here. So this one's really cool. And that one there is gonna retail for about $12.95 MSRP.
Okay.
So this is our final model here that we came out with. This is a first focal plane as well. This is a 5-32, and this is our ELR model. Okay. So actually, right now, Trent Elson is competitive shooting right now in ELR, and he's globally ranked 13th place in the world. And he's running this optic right now.
Cool.
So that was pretty exciting, and it's holding up to a 33, XC and 50 BMG. So the recoil is it can handle a lot, right? It's meant to, if you don't want to use it as a scope, you can use it as a hammer, right? So this scope here, it is an exposed turret system for that competition base. You do have your 2-turn indicator, and we do 15 mils of rotation on the actual dial.
Okay.
And just so when you are doing more ELR, a lot of times you're using up maximizing that dial. So we want to make it fast for you to get where you need to be in a competition base, right? Because a lot of times you're dialing all the way to your 29.5 mils, but then you're also got to use that reticle as well to hold over as well, because you're doing those shots.
Right.
So this one was designed more of an ELR in mind, and this does have the same glass in it that the Telson has. So it's got a 99.8% light transmission in the objective belt, and it is an apochromatic Japanese ED glass. So a really awesome scope. We're really excited with some of the things we worked on, and we have coming into the market, and we're looking to make some waves. One thing to make important too, to know with all our optics, our tripods, our spotting scopes, is that everything under Telson is covered with a lifetime warranty. And we want to make sure that in the industry, we're servicing the industry very well. So we're making sure before we go into a country that we actually have a warranty department in that country before we enter that market. And so we do. We do have a warranty in Canada, we have a warranty in the US, and we have a warranty department right now in South Africa. That's all been set up. So yeah, really excited to get more into the market, start working with more and more people, and see where this takes us.
I promise it's really clearer than my camera can get it going, but it looks awesome with your naked eye. So awesome. Well, Josh, what would be your favorite scope to take caribou hunting?
Take caribou hunting?
Caribou hunting.
I got to say, I am a big fan of the first focal planes for part of that reason with that reticle, and so I would probably take the Telson, especially with being able to go all the way down to 3 power and then get all the way up to 18, because sometimes those caribou can be pretty far out depending on what kind of hunting you have. And if you see yourself get caught in the bush, you can get all the way down to 3 power, so you can take a 50-yard, 40-yard shot if you have to, if you're able to get that close to them. So
I had a hunting partner 2 years ago chasing caribou naked. He didn't know to turn the power down. They couldn't get him. He was 28 yards from the caribou. Cheaper end in Leopold, and didn't know to turn the power down. And so it was quite a humorous event. Long story, we won't go into it here. But yeah, it's nice that you can turn it down all the way to 3, because there's grizzly bears in those brush. There was grizzly bear scat and poop 800 yards from where we were camping. And then last year it was just all around us. They just know, most of the time they know to get out of your way. You're the apex predator, but it's nice that they go down to that and stuff like that. So
I still wouldn't want to find myself toe to toe with a grizzly.
Nope, you don't. But fortunately, with grizzlies, I've had one at 20 yards, but he was fishing just like we were fishing, so he was cool. But he was cool. The other ones, I've seen an injured one, but I was in my truck. It was at like less than 20 yards, hobbling across the lane, and then I had a mom and three cubs last year come out, very small one, but it was 165 yards, and I just waved at them, and they went away. So, but it is nice that high-powered optics can still go down to 3 power and give you that chance to actually get on a grizzly bear that's charging, because your rifle 100%. Is way more powerful than any handgun you can carry, save like a 500 Smith & Wesson that you can't draw quickly, and most people can't afford to practice with, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to have your rifle where you can draw.
Yeah, and 100%. And even more for that. Like 2 years ago, I had a deer. You know, we're set up for a couple 100-yard shot, and I had a deer walk out at I think it was 15 yards, and you know, like a buck came out right underneath us and 15 yard there, and I was just like, you don't. And if I had a 5 or 6, something like that to start with, that would be very hard to make that shot. It'd be all shoulder. So you know, you definitely want to be able to tailor back all the way there, and it really helps make the scope a lot more versatile for different conditions.
And now you're eating good venison.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right. Thanks, Josh. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for coming, Chuck.
Yep.